The name enemy locked is secured. The rules of the series are simple. I start with the lowest level enemy. I complete every loot obtainable up to a certain point. I can be only training combat, no skill training, and no quests. And we are also an ultimate Iron Man, so if we die, we've got to know how to get back there. And the first mob to start with is the chickens. And this is the loot table of everything we need to obtain. So on this we've got, of course, the bones, the raw chicken and the feathers. But the big one here is the clue scroll beginner, which is a 1 in 300. And if we are incredibly unlucky, it could mean that we have to kill thousands of chickens before we move up to the next mob. Let's start killing chickens. This is incredibly random series, but I thought it'd be quite fun. So if you want to see me suffer, don't forget to smash the like button. And if there is enough support on this series, I will continue it and we will complete every mob in RuneScape, going from the lowest level to the highest level, completing the collection logs of every single one of them. Now there is a catch to this though. When we get to item variety where it's like 0.0001% chance of getting the item, then we're going to say, okay, we have to complete 2 of the super rares, as opposed to say like 5 of the super rares, just so that we can move on to the next mob. But other than that, it's going to be a very grindy challenge, and let's see how far we can get with it. The other rule is I can use shops to buy like a scimitar upgrade or some armor upgrades or food, but I can't train any non-combat stats. This is combat locked. No way. We got the beginner clue scroll already. We're on kill number 23. So we've got the bones, the chicken, of course, the feathers, and then the only main unique drop, which is the clue scroll. Well, I guess we move up a mob to the next mob. Okay, I think we're on to goblins next, but I'm going to see if we can do this clue scroll. So any items we get from it, we are allowed to use and wear if they're combat items, for example. But only if we can do it, because we are not allowed to train any skills. So it says clap at Bob's Brilliant Axes, equip a bronze axe and leather boots. You can get them in the Lumbridge Castle cellar anyways. And we can take the axe in Draenor from here. Oh, I forgot I already had one. Oh, I've got another 60 seconds before home teleport's actually unlocked again. So we just got to clap in Bob's axes. A new clue, can we do it? Talk to Charlie the Tramp in Varrock. And we can't teleport there because we're 1 magic. There he is, Charlie the Tramp. A raw herring. Never mind, we're just going to drop this and head over to the goblins and get on with our grind, because probably going to be a lot till we actually finish the loot table for this. So scrolling down the goblin loot table, we've got bronze spear, bronze square shield, which we've just recently got. So we've got those. They're 1 in 32, 1 in 42. Then we've got to get all these runes, the bronze bolts, and then moving up, some of the harder things to get are the brass necklace, which is 1 in 128, air talisman 1 in 128, and then moving up here we've got the ensouled goblin heads, clue scroll beginner, and then clue scroll easy, and then a goblin champion scroll, which is 1 in 5,000, which is a 0.02% drop rate. Now, I've heard people going 10 times dry at bosses. Now, if we go 10 times dry on that, that's 50,000 goblins. Thumbs up the video for the suffering. Never mind, we don't need to get it because this account is quest locked, in the sense that we don't have to do quests and we're just combat only. We don't have to get 32 quest points. That's the only way that drop is unlocked. We just have to get everything else, but that still could be a while if we go unlucky on like the clue scrolls, for example. Say in the goblin book, that's a 1 in 64. And can we get something good for our 100th kill? We have received at the moment beer, whilst I'm drinking a beer right now as well, but we haven't received the brass necklace, the air talisman, or any of the clue scrolls yet. Maybe we get this at the 100th kill. And we get nothing. We're at 8 attack, 6 strength, and 9 defense at the moment, and hopefully build up the cash stack so we can buy a myth skim. There's the easy clue scroll drop. Dig by the giant's den entrance looking out. Yeah, we're just going to carry on killing goblins. All we need is a brass necklace, an air talisman, and a beginner Clue scroll. You've got to be kidding me. I just got another easy clue scroll just 2 seconds later. Let's see what this one says. Search the drawers in the upstairs of a house in Catherby. We got it. We got it. The air talisman. I've never been so excited about an air talisman in my life. 1 in 128. I was really scared we were going to go like 10 times dry the drop rate on it or something. Now we've got the brass necklace to go. How long is this going to take? And then the beginner clue scroll. 179 kills. We have the brass necklace. The only thing left is the beginner clue. For goodness sake, I've just got another clue scroll. That's 3 easy clue scrolls on the ground. But all we need is a beginner clue scroll. Wait, is that another one? Wait, no, that's the same one, I'm mad. Yawn with studded leather chaps, iron kite shield and steel longsword. Well, we just can't we can do it, but we're not going to. We are hunting this beginner clue instead. We have done it. There's the beginner clue scroll. That is the log completed, I think. Let's double check. So that is the logs done. We've got the goblin mail, the ensouled goblin head, the chef hats, hammers, goblin books, beer, all the runes, the brass necklace, which was like a 1 in 128, and so was the air talisman. We got 3 easy clue scrolls, and their drop rates are like 1 in 128, I think. And then the beginner clue scroll and all the other items as well. Now, there is other goblins where there is a second drop table with goblins that are wearing shields and whatnot, but we're just going to finish the main goblins, the main goblin drop table, and then we're going to move on to doing the men. We'll finish off with doing this clue scroll, see if we can. I think people are going to be so annoyed about all the clue scrolls that I've dropped, but the aim of this series is not to do as many clue scrolls as possible, but rather try to move up in the level of mobs and complete the full available trop tables. Dig spade. Found a new clue. What does this say? Clap at Bob's brilliant axes. Use our trusted home teleport. And then we clap again here. Another clue scroll. Buried beneath the ground. Who knows where it's found? Reldo in Varrock, I believe. Yes. Here we go. Okay, we got our first casket reward. I think we might be able to get a sword upgrade or an amulet of defense T. If we get that, that'd be awesome. But let's see what we get. 6 heron. Brilliant. We will end the episode here. If you did enjoy this idea of me going to every mob and we're just going to unlock as we go along, starting with the lowest level mobs and going upwards, enemy locked. If you want me to continue the series, show some support on the video by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel for the next episode. This is going to be getting increasingly difficult, but I thought for the first episode, let's just do it as a pilot and see what sort of reaction we get for it. Also, if anybody's got any tips, please leave them down below. I'm out of my depth here.